Well, hello everybody, welcome to Robert's Train Set. As you can see from the photos, I got another parcel. This time from Scale Model Scenery. And I've not used those before. I've not bought anything from them at all. So, as you saw from the title, this is all about Uncle Wilmers' challenge that I did from Indian Head Valley Railroad, where he had a very good response to that, and he had about 55, I think, people going at it, having a go at it, and he did a draw after all the commotion had died down a bit, and I was very fortunate in that I was plucked out of the proverbial hat. So Uncle Wilmer had offered $25 for that prize, which is lovely, very kind of him. Obviously, him being in America and me being in the UK, it is a slight problem, isn't it? He could have transferred money across if I had an account that he could do that with, but by the time, if you do it on a bank account, it's, you know, all the fees take up the money. So he very cleverly went to another YouTuber here who managed to buy a voucher for Scale Model Scenery. And after the conversion from dollars to pounds, it was for £15. So, to cut a long story short, I looked through Model Railway Scenery's website, which there's a lot on there, I must admit, hell of a lot. And in the end, I plumped for getting as much stuff for the money as I could. I did add some money to it because there were some bits I want for a future project, and I thought while I was on there it was worth getting it. So I also got charged £3.50 for postage. And of course, if that had been bought in America and sent mail, that would have eaten everything up by quite a considerable amount. So it worked very well. So well done to him. So I'm going to show you what I've bought. I've glued together what I need to. I've slightly weathered it. I'm not a great weatherer, and I don't do it properly. So the easiest way is what I do, and I'm going to show you this. I've not got it on the railway at the moment. I'm just going to show you some of the things it can be used for that I've bought, and also the bits that I'm going to use in the future, hopefully. So I hope you'll enjoy this, and let's have a look at what I've got. So you've seen pictures of this box at the beginning, and now it's almost empty. What you see is what's left over from what I've made, and I will just go into it. But let's have a look at what's come out of this box, shall we? So as you can see, I've got quite a few bits from this little prize, and you might notice obviously yellow ducting, cabling, trunking. There's packing cases. I've got some pallets and also some oil drums. And I've never really had loads for any of my stuff. I've just put coal in, as you can see, it's come out of this wagon, and bits of rail and sleepers and whatever, which I probably still do, but now I've got some proper loads, so we'll go and look at each one a bit more carefully, and I'll just explain. So here I've got my British Rail lorry, and it's always been sitting on the layout where those men are trying to drill that hole into the board and taking a long time to do it. So they've now got some stuff to use. So they've got some of the trunking, which maybe that's what they're doing. and there's a couple of bits of sleepers and a bit of rail, some pallets in case they've got stuff to just put to one side, and pack and case with whatever they need for the job. So that looks rather nice, quite like that. And obviously here in this open wagon, you know, stuff's been chucked in a bit, couple of packing cases, some pallets, and some more of that yellow cabling, trunking. So quite good. There's a couple of bits of rail in there and some bit of fencing. Bit of an odd sort of thing, as opposed to the coal that was in it before, which is all loose, so it will come out. So when you buy some of the accessories from Hornby, the platforms and so forth, you get these little electric tractors with their trailers that they use. And I've never really had anything put on these. I've usually put the winding handles for the crane on them. But now we can have a packing case and a couple of drums, and they're both on, they're all on pallets, so they can be taken off easily. Yes, I know this would probably just be passengers' luggage, but equally, you know, freight is moved on trains, so whatever. So I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to paint them up a bit. I mean, I've already just left them as they came in the package, but now we've got something to put on them, and I'll probably stick a driver on and make them. And I've actually got 4 lots of these, so you know, I can spread it around a bit. And then of course you can just have it scattered around your layout, so you can have things on edge and things left outside the unloading bays, bits on the platforms, wherever. So I'm sure we'll find a home for all this lot. So I'm quite happy. I am quite happy with what I've got. And if I just show you some of the little bits, I'll just show you my attempt at weathering. We've got 2 of the oil drums, and the one at the back is almost pristine. All I've done is blackened out the little I don't know, caps or whatever on the top, which I think is probably where it was 3D printed, but you know, they give a bit of detail. The one in front, I've sort of run some black marker pen down where it would probably drip down. Now it's quite possible these would have clear, nice clean oil, but whatever. And I've also just darkened them out with a, you know, basically a normal pencil, and just smudged it with my finger, or rather a bit of tissue, just to give them a little bit of grime. So not too over the top. I've also, if I turn it up the other way, I've made the bottom sort of black in it, because it would be moved around in the muck and whatever. And I've done that to most of them. So that's it. The packing case, I'm going to leave it at that really. It's got a certain amount on, and they wouldn't necessarily get that grubby. So that's that. So let's have a now look at some of the other stuff. So here we've got some of the pallets, and I've just darkened them up and put some black on, and I found the pencil wasn't too good on this colour, so I didn't bother with that. But I've done, this is underneath, and there's the top, and they tend to be slid around on the side, so it would get scuffed, so I've done that. Left the ends fairly good, because all they do with there is a forklift in and might catch it, but wouldn't necessarily make it dirty. The coils, you do have to put the cotton round and stick it. So I've made the bottom of them a bit dirty, you know, where they've been sitting in the muck, and just weathered it with a bit of pencil. Now I don't think you can probably see, I don't know, you might be able to pick it out on the camera. But just rub the pencil around it really, just to give it a little bit of dirt. I don't think they get particularly dirty, and being yellow, you know, they look bright, don't they? So that's those. So just finally, I'll just explain about the packing cases. So the packing cases come in the packaging that you saw in the photos, and basically, I'll show you in a minute. It's a load of little squares in MDF that you cut out and just glue together. So you glue four together to get the cube really, and then it's just a paper wrapping round them, which is quite neatly done. So I'll just show you the underside. So it's got like a I don't know if you can see that. It's almost as though it's on its own pallet, isn't it? But I have been putting them on the pallet, and it's got the lettering. Rather small, aren't they? But they're quite neat. They're okay. So quite happy with those. And I'll just show you how I basically did them, or what I used to do them, shall we say. So as you can see, it's a packaging that comes. I quite like the packaging. It's just like a cellophane bag, and with a self-stick sort of flap that will stick back again if you want it to. So the wood here, that's what's left of all the squares, and I will keep that. It might come in handy for something. You never know. And I've tried to think of the easiest way to glue everything together and the cleanest. And in the end, I crunched for one of these glue sticks, which I got from the local supermarket. It's basically like a Pritt stick, I think. And it worked really well. I've glued everything that you see here, where I've had to glue anything. I've used this, nothing else. So it's glued the cotton to the coils and all these packing cases. Obviously the other bits didn't really need any gluing, so really pleased. So just handing back to me, and we'll finish it off. Cheers everybody, cheers. But I hope you like what I've got, and it's going to just add a little bit more detail to the layout. Now hang on a minute, you don't get away that easy. I almost forgot the other bits that I've not actually started using yet, so I'll just show you what I've got. And I've got a project coming up, and I want some printed brick. So I've got this English Bond blue brick, which is basically engineering, isn't it? So I think you get 5 sheets in here, which should be enough for what I want to do. It's very busy. Very, very busy, but it looks all right. And the other bit I got is these. Now you're all thinking, he's going to make a signal box. I'm not going to make a signal box. I don't really need one. It's a train set after all. But I just thought they're nice big windows. So I'm going to make these up, and I'm going to put them into what the project is. And hopefully it'll work. A bit weird, I don't quite know whether they are going to work, but they were there, and these are the biggest ones I could see. So look out in the future for what I use these on. But I've got quite a bit for the $25, I think. There was one thing on the site that I might have had instead of all this, and that was there were 3 railroad wagons, including like a Weirwell wagon, but were £15. But unfortunately I didn't have those. So, but I think I've got a lot more than just buying those, haven't I? And it'll add to the layout. So cheers everybody, cheers. Really are going back to me now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I think I've got a fair bit of stuff for the £15 that I got, or it's $25. And this will be spread obviously around the layout, so you know visitors will show some of Uncle Wilmer's stuff that he's managed to buy from my layout, which is great. It's great. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So I would just like to finish with I did recently do a fairly long series of all my locos called, funnily enough, Lockdown Shorts, and they were short. They were sort of 2.5 minutes long. So that series has come to the end. So in other words, I've showed all 33 locos that I have. But at the moment there is a voting going on. And if you go to Robert's Train Set community page, you'll find the voting thing. Now, because there's so many logos, I couldn't do it in one poll, so I'm putting a poll up every day with different logos in, which I think the first one is still current. You can still vote on it, and they will finish on the 1st of March. And then I will sift through the results and sort out what's actually won, and do a running session for the 3 that come top. You are allowed 3 votes, so first, second and third, and please have a look if you want. So let's finish now, and I wish you well, everybody, wherever you are. Obviously in the UK we're going very well with the vaccinations. I've had mine quite a while ago, a couple of weeks ago, and hopefully we can come out of this eventually. It's good that some of the rich countries are now donating vaccines to the poorer countries. I think that's a very good move. So well done to all those countries that are doing it. And please watch out for my next video, which might be about anything at all. I don't know. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Thanks for watching. And thanks for the subscribers and all your comments. Cheers.